Students, in the previous video we had seen about the optical networking technology. Now we'll see about the optical network node and the switching elements. So your optical node, basically we know that it is nothing but a multifunctional element where it can send and receive the data. So here your optical node is going to perform various tasks which is going to depend upon the type and the network requirements there. So here your optical node is going to send or receive, and it is going to resend or redirect your optical signals to reach its destination or to the neighboring connected nodes there. So resending or redirecting of an optical signal to the desired networking nodes is going to require the nodes to perform either a routing or switching function. So here when the node wants to resend the data or redirect the optical signal to the neighboring node so that it can reach the destination is going to perform a process called a routing or switching function there. So we are going to use several optical signals, in that case we have to go for a process called a multiplexing of the signals there. So here in this case the networking node is going to become transmission system dependent there. So the different optical multiplexing techniques are going to be your TDM or your time division multiplexing or your wavelength division multiplexing. So here we will see that your optical node is going to function as a router. So when it is going to function as a router, it is going to direct the input signals wavelength to the specified output port. So here your router is going to consist of your optical coupler, where your desired signal is going to come from the incoming multiplex signal, and it is going to be isolated, and then it is going to be directed or routed to the output port. So here it is called as wavelength router. So here what we are going to do is, when I am going to have your multiplex signal, so a router is nothing but it is going to comprise of an optical coupler. So in this optical coupler, what it is going to receive is, it is going to receive a multiplex signal there. So this optical coupler will isolate the desired signal and then direct or route to the desired signal to the output port. Then it is going to be called as a wavelength router. So when I am going to change, the router is going to change the wavelength of the signal before sending it to the specified output port. So here the wavelength from lambda 1. So suppose I am going to transmit the signal using your wavelength lambda 1. I am going to convert that wavelength lambda 1 to lambda 2 before sending it to your output port. Then we call it as your wavelength converting router. Next is, suppose if I am going to use a device which is going to be used to switch the wavelength by changing it to the compliant signal wavelength, then we call it as a wavelength routing switch or simply an optical switch. So here your optical switch is going to basically perform your wavelength operational functions. So when it is going to perform a wavelength operation functions, the operation functions are nothing but your multiplexing or demultiplexing and switching. So the physical medium which is going to remain fixed there, where only the information is going to be contained in the messages, it is going to be being changed to send to the corresponding destination node through the assigned road. So a physical medium is going to be a fixed medium where the information is going to be present in the form of messages that is going to be changed to send it to the corresponding destination node through the assigned route. So for this we will be using a wavelength switches. So the wavelength switches can be constructed using your integrated optical or optoelectronic devices. So first we will see about a 1x2 wavelength demultiplexer. So in a 1x2 wavelength demultiplexer, we are going to have split the optical signal which is going to be present at your port 1. The optical signal is going to consist of two signal wavelengths, and it is going to be routed them to your two ports. So here in this our example, it's going to be port 2 and 3 respectively. So for that we will be using a 3-port wavelength multiplexer which is going to combine the two wavelength signals, which is going to be indicated here. So these are your optical networking node elements. One is your wavelength demultiplexer. So now this is a 3-port optical network where through your port 1 we are going to have the multiplex signal lambda 1 and lambda 2, and this lambda 1 and lambda 2 is going to be demultiplexed, and it is going to be got at the corresponding output port. So at port 2 you are going to have your lambda 1, and port 3 we are going to have your lambda 2. Next is your multiplexer, your wavelength multiplexer operation. So in a wavelength multiplexer operation, we are going to have multiple inputs, that is 1 and 2 are going to be the inputs, which is going to have the wavelengths lambda 1 and lambda 2, and these two signals are going to be multiplexed and it is going to be got at the output lambda 1 and lambda 2. Now next is your optical add or drop multiplexer. So optical add or drop multiplexer is, in this we are going to have your two ports. So through your port 1, we are going to get the multiplex signal lambda 1, lambda 2 and lambda 3. So here in this case, through the multiplexer, we are going to drop the unwanted signal. So suppose I am going to assume that I want to drop your lambda 2 signal there. So here I will drop your lambda 2 signal. And next is, if I want to add it, I am going to get a lambda 4 signal to be added up. So when the lambda 4 signal is going to be added up, here in this case the output I will be getting it as lambda 1, lambda 3 and lambda 4. This signal is going to get added up there. So add or drop multiplexer. Next is a 2 cross 2 switch. So in a 2 cross 2 optical switch, we are going to have 2 input ports, 2 output ports. In these 2 input ports, we are going to have the multiplex signal. So in your port 1, I am going to have the multiplex signal lambda 1, lambda 2. And in your port 2, I am going to have the multiplex signal lambda 3 and lambda 4. So the output of this multiplexer is going to be your 3 and 4. So where your signals are going to be multiplexed and it is going to be routed to the corresponding output port there. So at the output port 3, I am going to have your lambda 1 and lambda 3. And at your port 4, I am going to have your lambda 2 and lambda 4. So next is, we are going to have your reconfigurable optical switch or optical add or drop multiplexer. So reconfigurable optical add or drop multiplexer is nothing but, at the input side I will be having a demultiplexer and the output side a multiplexer. In between this demultiplexer and multiplexer I will be having an optical switch there. So where it is going to be a reconfigurable optical add or drop. So this multiplex signal will be demultiplexed and the unwanted signals can be dropped out and with the help of these optical switches, and at the receiver side I can add the channels which I want and I can multiplex it and send it at the output there. So here your optical add or drop multiplexer is also going to be comprising of your wavelength add or drop device. So it is going to have an wavelength add or drop device. We are going to have an incoming multiplex signal which is going to comprise of 3 wavelengths, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, and this is going to be demultiplexed by dropping the lambda 2 signal at a intermediate port 2. So the lambda 2 signal is going to be dropped. So at the receiver side, if I am going to see this OADM, this is optical add or drop multiplexer, is going to add another wavelength signal lambda 4 at the intermediate port 3, and which is going to be multiplexed with the transmitted signal wavelength, so that the combined signal is going to leave the port 4, which is going to contain lambda 1, lambda 3 and lambda 4. So here the devices which are going to be configured to drop a particular wavelength and add another specific wavelength is going to be called as your optical add or drop multiplexer. And this optical add or drop multiplexer is going to be a fixed one there. Next is a simple 2 cross 2 optical switch. So a simple 2 cross 2 optical switch is going to consist of 2 input ports and 2 output ports. So the 2 optically multiplex signals, which is going to comprise the wavelengths lambda 1 and lambda 2, and lambda 3 and lambda 4 are going to be present at input ports 1 and 2 respectively. So at the output ports, the wavelengths are going to be required to be switched and it is going to be multiplexed. So when it is going to be switched and multiplexed, at port 3 we are going to have a lambda 1 and lambda 3 signal, and port 4 we are going to have a lambda 2 and lambda 4 signals there. So here the approach what we are going to use to produce this optical switch is nothing but we can have a number of ports there. So for an n cross n optical switches we have where n is going to be a larger number there. So that means that we are going to have a number of ports to be available. So the combination of this optical add or drop multiplexer and an optical switch is going to produce a reconfigurable optical add or drop multiplexer. So a reconfigurable optical add or drop multiplexer is, it can drop one or the desired number of wavelength channels after the demultiplexing operation. So the multiplexing of a wavelength multiplex signal, and on the other side, at the receiver side, we can add a new signal or more wavelength channels can be added through an optical switch there. So finally a multiplexer unit will bring all together all these wavelengths to produce a combined wavelength there. So here in this case it is going to produce a combined wavelength output signal. So a passive reconfigurable optical add or drop multiplexer can be constructed either using a fiber Bragg grating method or and an optical isolator. So here we can see that your reconfigurable optical add or drop multiplexer is going to be useful for simple optical network technologies. So here in this case they cannot be used for complex mesh topologies where we are going to have large number of nodes there. So the network which is going to consist of an additional element which is going to provide a cross connect network connection with the added features of your reconfigurable optical add or drop multiplexer there. So that device is going to be called as your optical cross connect. So here in this case in your optical cross connect it is going to have an internet protocol architecture and your ATM architecture there. So here we are going to have the input signals of different wavelengths lambda 1 to lambda n. These signals are going to be demultiplexed and it is going to be given to your optical cross connect there. So in this optical cross connect, if I want to change the wavelengths, all those are going to be done in your optical cross connects and it is going to be multiplexed and it is going to get it at the output there. So here we say that this is your block schematic and this is your fiber cross connections, how the different wavelengths are combined, and this is your logical cross connections there. So the additional element which you are going to use is nothing but your optical cross connect. So which is going to have the capability of switching the connection between the two interface points. So we are going to have a large number of wavelength signals, that is lambda 1 to lambda n, which is going to be demultiplexed at the input ports of your optical cross connect, and these are then internally connected to the desired output ports. So these are internally connected. Here in this case these are internally connected through the desired output ports there. So here it is going to be desired output ports which are going to be of different wavelength signals and they are going to be multiplexed for onward transmission there. So here we say that your optical cross connect is nothing but it is going to provide an interface between your different transmission methodologies there. So your optical cross connect is going to comprise of an n cross n optical switching fabric. So here in this case when it is going to comprise of n cross n optical switching fabric, it is going to provide an interconnection between the network nodes. So the cross network connections which is going to be between the optical and the electronic network nodes is require your optoelectronic conversion. So here in this case your wavelength conversion is also needed to establish a connection there. Otherwise it will not be possible using a single light path. So your optical cross connect which is going to possess your wavelength conversion features can switch the different wavelength signals and therefore known as wavelength interchangeable cross connector. So the optical cross connects which is going to facilitate your optoelectronic conversions are going to be referred to as opaque optical cross connect, whereas one incorporating all optical to optical wavelength converter is known as transparent optical cross connects. If conversions are going to be done optical to electrical, then electronic, then we say it as opaque cross connect. If it is only optical to optical wavelength converters means it is known as the transparent optical cross connect. So here a n cross n optical switching fabric in an optical cross connect is going to facilitate either physical or logical interconnections. So here a physical interconnection is going to be provided by your fiber switching capability. That is the fiber switching is going to be done within the cross connector, optical cross connect. So the optical fibers will be switched and connected to the desired network node. So the various types of logical interconnections are going to be a single wavelength, multiple wavelengths or wave bands. So here and your physical interconnections are going to be your fiber cross connects. So these two can be combined together to form a multi-layer structure. So multi-layered optical cross connect is nothing but in this multi-layered optical cross connect, we are going to have each layer where each layer is going to provide the specific switching capability there. So here when it is going to have a specific switching capability, it will be connected to the another layer there so which is going to offer the increased flexibility. So a multi-layered optical cross connect is going to be referred to as multi-granular optical cross connect. Thank you.